How crazy has Instagram been recently? Like, I feel like I wake up every morning, look at my phone, and there's like a new Instagram update. Okay, yeah, that was quite clearly like a massive exaggeration. But the point I'm trying to make is that there have been a lot of Instagram updates recently, like all the time. The head of Instagram, Adam Mosseri, is being super vocal on his own Instagram about all the changes that are happening. And it's great. It's great to see. There's some really amazing changes that I think a lot of people are going to really love. But I also think that the rate at which these changes are coming are probably a bit overwhelming for some people. Hence today's video. So this might turn into a series. Like, if they keep on announcing changes at the rate that they have been, this will probably need to be a series, and I'll do another one in like a month's time. But for today, I'm going to be talking about some of the key recent updates to Instagram's platform that have been announced within the past couple of months or so. So if that sounds of interest to you, then please carry on watching. And whilst you're there, why not subscribe? Help me out. Let's get to it. Okay, so the first group of updates that I want to talk about today are the updates that are coming to Instagram Reels. Sorry, it is like torrential rain outside. So again, I'm testing my microphone. I'm hoping that it works. It's August. Okay, it's August. This room is almost pitch black because it's so dark outside and it's like torrential raining. What is going on, England? God. Anyway, so the first group of updates I'm going to talk about are the updates which are coming to Reels / which have already come to Reels. You know what Instagram's like. If there's updates, some people have them, some people won't. It will take years for everyone to get them, but that's a whole nother video. So the updates that are coming to Reels are actually quite interesting. The first is that Instagram are introducing 60-second Reels. So you know that previously you can only create Reels up to 30 seconds long. They've now extended that to 60 seconds. Is this kind of a response to TikTok? Is this a response to TikTok increasing the length of their video content to up to 3 minutes? Yes, it probably is. We all know how social media companies work nowadays. If one does one thing, then the other one's going to do something very similar. This is good news for a lot of creators though. 60 seconds obviously allows for you to produce a lot more content. It allows for you to tell a bit more of a story, and it just gives you a bit more flexibility when it comes to your content length in general. Now, my one watch out that I'd give you is that just because you can use 60 seconds doesn't mean that you should. The optimum length for a TikTok is actually 16 seconds because that way it retains our attention, which really worries me if I'm being honest, because if our attention span is literally only allowing us to pay attention to 16-second videos, because otherwise if they're 18 seconds we get bored, like, it makes me a bit concerned for our future. But anyway, that piece of information is really interesting because it demonstrates that people still very much favor short video clips. Now, that is specific to TikTok. Instagram is obviously a different platform, and whether or not a 16-second video works for you is going to depend on what the video is, what the content is, what your niche is, what your audience are like, etc. It's just a bit of information that I wanted to give you because I felt like it might help you with your content creation. Now, another new update which comes under my Reels updates is the introduction of captions on Reels. Now, this is a really exciting one because I love the introduction of captions on stories. I'll put a little graphic here so you can see what I'm talking about in case you've not used them before. It's basically an automated sticker which will translate your words that you're saying in your video content and will display them on the screen. So no longer do you have to type out your captions of what you've said in each story so that someone who doesn't have the sound on or someone who has issues hearing sound can actually understand the content that you're saying. Now you can do that automatically using the caption sticker. Now, that being incorporated in Reels is going to be a huge time saver for a lot of people. So keep an eye out for when that will be released in your location because yeah, what a great feature for you to use. So before we move on to the next batch of updates, I did want to quickly stop to say that a lot of people comment on my content saying it's really unfair that we don't have Reels yet. Like, do you know why? Is there a way around it? Blah, blah, blah. Now, I do not know of a legitimate way around getting Reels if you don't already have it in your location. However, I have recently learned that the reason why some locations don't have Reels is due to music licensing issues. So the head of Instagram actually came out and said that's why it's taking longer to roll out in certain countries. They're struggling to get the licenses for the different music that they use on Reels. So I don't know if that makes you feel any better. I mean, if I was you, it probably wouldn't, but I just felt like it was information that would be useful for me to share. So there it is, do with it what you will. Okay, so the next batch of updates that I want to talk about is the updates which are coming to Instagram stories. So a couple really cool things happening in this space. The first is that Instagram are planning to introduce a translation feature. Now, it's my understanding that this feature would basically allow people from different locations who speak different languages to watch your stories and actually see captions of what you're saying in their own language. Now, if anyone has that feature already, please let me know because I'd love to see it. I think it sounds insane, like how incredible incredible does that sound? I love the idea of our content being able to be so much more accessible to people around the world. So I'm a huge fan of that feature and that update. As I said, I don't know a huge amount of information on that one, like when it's going to be rolled out or anything like that. But if you do have it already, then drop me a DM because I really just want to know more about it. And then the other updates coming to stories is that you will now be able to save your stories as drafts. I can't believe it's taken this long so that's probably a really embarrassing face that I just pulled, but I can't believe it's taken this long for them to make that feature. Like, it just seems wild to me. But now you'll be able to save your stories as drafts in a similar manner that how you can save your reels as drafts. Now, I don't know about you, but I've heard several horror stories about people creating loads of reels, saving them as drafts, and then Instagram deleting them. So if that is something that has actually happened to people on a regular basis, I would exercise caution when using the save feature for your stories as well as your reels, because they might disappear. We don't know how flawless this system is going to be yet. So if there's another way of you saving, for example, downloading them, then I 100% recommend you do that. But it's also great to know that there is also going to be an option for you to save them on the platform as well. Okay, so the last update that I want to talk about today is probably my favorite. It's the Instagram collaborations feature. So I actually posted about this recently on my Instagram channel and the post done really well. It's probably one of my most successful posts. So people are clearly very excited about it as much as I am. Now, what this feature basically does is allow two accounts to collaborate on content. So what basically happens is that both accounts have to request permission to collaborate. And if they both accept, that post or that piece of content will appear on both of their feeds and will be completely shared between the two of them. So the post will have a shared view count, it will have shared insights, it will have a shared like count, all of that. It will even have a shared comment thread. Now, as you can imagine, there's huge benefits to this. And one of the biggest benefits is that this post is going to appear to both sets of followers. So I've spoken about in various other videos the benefits and the power of collaborating with others. The whole reason why collaborations are so successful is that it allows you to get in front of a whole new audience, which is amazing. Now, this collaboration feature is basically going to allow you to do that too, but in a far more streamlined and easy to use way. Any post that you're creating with the person you've decided to collaborate with is going to be shown to their audience as well as to yours. They're basically just making collaborations super easy for you. I think it's a genius idea. I think it's so clever. I'm really excited to see how people use it. A couple of people commented on my post saying that they've already seen people use it. I haven't. I don't think it's available to my region yet. So again, if you have seen people use it, then comment below. Let me know what it looks like. What do you think of it? Is it as good as it really sounds? Like, I just want to hear your thoughts. So that's it for today's Instagram updates. I'm definitely going to be doing another video like this in the future. I probably will do one on the monetization features once I've had a chance to test them. And there's probably going to be loads more Instagram updates coming up in the next few months, which you guys will want to hear about and which I will want to discuss with you. So let me know what you think about all of those updates in the comments. If you found this video useful, then I recommend checking out this one. It is all about how you can audit your Instagram to ensure that it is set up for success. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in my next video.